Back to the channel. My name's Mark at Slowpoke Racing. We are with the Ultimate Racing League for the Wednesday night challenge, which is the Peugeot 908 HDi Group 1 car. Been a bit of a strange season this, as we've had to postpone a couple of rounds. We would have been looking at nearly finishing it, but as it happens, we are on round 5. We've also had to mix the lobbies up a couple of times, but tonight we do have 2 lobbies, so both leagues are running separately tonight, which is great. This is the League 2 guys and the League 2 race, and we are in Monza in Italy. Just over 3.5 miles long, 9 turns. This is the one, it says no chicane, but there actually is a chicane, but it's not the main chicane, so it's not the one on the straight. So a very, very quick track, which is great for these cars because you can really get your foot down in them and get some speed. However, very punishing on the tyres and the fuel. So we'll see how we get on. We've been out there, done some qualifying. As you can see, we've only got 8 guys in there. It's only half a grid, but at least we're guaranteed to finish in the top 8, which is great. So we'll go down the grid order. Declan had a fantastic qualifying session and has come out on top. So Declan is in pole position. We've got myself, Slowpoke, in second. We've got the Big Mac in third. Another fantastic qualifying session for the Big Mac. Well done. Smoky Tom in 4th, Graham 5th, C Broad 84 in 6th, C Brown 7th, and Stealth in 8th. It is a 60-minute race. All compound tyres to be used. That's your medium, softs and hards, unless we get the rain, but we're not scheduled for any rain. So there will be at least a couple of pit stops, if not more. As I say, very, very punishing on the tyres and the fuel, this track. So if I can hit this button, we will get this race underway. And we are away, and it did catch a couple of us out. Actually, it was a very, very fast start. We didn't see any lights. So let's just go back up to Declan at the top there, and I just want to try something new so we can see everybody as we approach the chicane. Oh, a bit of a nudge there from the Big Mac. C Brown's gone off. It's all sorts of chaos happening at that chicane. Let's just go back and see what happened there. I think the Big Mac nudged Declan a bit late on the brakes, and then we had Brownie following him through. There's the touch there, that pushes Declan off. See Brown, I'm not sure, he might have helped the Big Mac off. That has allowed Graham through. Slowpoke and Smoky Tom have now taken up 1, 2 and 3. Declan put in a challenge in on C Broad there to get his 4th spot back. That was unlucky. Declan, as I say, took that pole position, had a great qualifying session. He'll be cursing a bit after that. So we'll go back up. Graham did an excellent job of avoiding the carnage and has actually got himself in front, opting for the racing hard tyres for this first session. Get them out of the way. Nobody seems to like hard tyres, especially Stealth. Stealth hates hard tyres. Looks like, yeah, we've all slowed down, so there is a safety car being called. Multiple cars gone off the track. I'm going to have a slurp of tea just while we wait for everybody to catch up. And I'm sure as we get around this turn onto the home straight, Graham will give the go, go, go signal, and we shall be back up and racing. So it looks like everybody's caught back up. Oh, Oh, we've had a couple of guys dropping into the pits. Pity it wasn't under a full safety car, because as I say, it looks like we are back up and racing. Graham's got his foot down. You can see approaching 180. So we've got Slowpoke just behind on the racing mediums. So as we enter this chicane again, now then, can we all get through? Yes, we can. Well done, guys. Slowpoke put a challenge in on Graham. Declan just sitting in third, waiting for one of them to make a mistake, I'm sure. He's trying to go around the outside of Slowpoke there. Oh, and he's got himself onto the kitty litter. That's unlucky, Declan. That slowed him down, that's dropped him down to fourth. Smokey took full advantage of that. You'll have to excuse me this morning, I've got a bit of a frog in my throat. Oh, and that's Declan, he's loving that stuff, isn't he? Come on, keep it on the tarmac, Declan. So Stealth now takes up that fourth position. Stealth on the racing hards as well, as I've said. He hates them tyres, at least I think he does. He doesn't mention it very often. I think he's just mentioned it once or twice, which is why I know he doesn't like those racing hard tyres. So as we go down the order, Brownie's come into the pits. He's had enough of the hard tyres as well. And we've got the Big Mac now taking up 7th position, having made a pit stop. He's now on the racing softs, so he can get his foot down and try and catch up to the back of the pack. So see Brownie rejoins after his early pit stop on the racing softs, down in 8th. So back up to our leader then. Graham doing a great job on the racing hards, keeping Slowpoke behind him. Slowpoke on the mediums, Smoky Tom on the hards as well. So Slowpoke really needs to get by Graham and try and open up a bit of a lead. Stealth under pressure from Declan. And Declan getting in that slipstream. Is he going to pull out and make a move? He has. He's pulled to the right, so he's got the inside line approaching this final turn. Oh, good racing from those two guys. Declan just managing to get his nose in front. Stealth coming back at him though. He's in the slipstream himself now. It does give you about an extra 5 or 6 miles an hour on this straight. So let's see if Stealth can take advantage. Side by side again. No, Stealth has just got in front, or has he? No, Declan's come back. Declan got the inside line coming into the chicane. Great racing from these two guys. That's a battle we're going to have to keep an eye on that. So Stealth on the hards, Declan on the soft, so Declan really should have the advantage. He does need to keep it on the grey stuff though. Stay off the kitty litter. Well, we've had a change up front. Slowpoke's managed to get ahead of Graham. Trying to open up a bit of a gap now, as I say. Slowpoke on the mediums, so he will want to open up a bit of a gap to Graham and Smoky Tom, both on the hards, because Slowpoke will have to put the hard tyres on at some point. Declan in 4th still, he's on the soft, so he'll want to try and get past Smoky Tom, although Smoky is very quick on the hard tyres. It doesn't seem to bother him that much. Everybody's starting to spread out a little bit now. You can see See Broad there, nothing in front, nothing behind, under no pressure. Same with the Big Mac, all on his own. Maybe start to think about looking after the tyres, go a bit deeper into the race if he can. What do they say, a worn soft is better than a new hard? Can I say that? I don't know. Brownie coming round in 8th. It does look like he's catching up to the back of Big Mac. We'll go back up to the race leader, current race leader, Slowpoke. Just short of the fastest lap. See Brown with the fastest lap of a 1:27.72, and you can see Slowpoke's last lap was a 1:27.73. So it is trying to pull away, although Graham's not letting him get too far. Declan has got by Smoky Tom, so he's now looking at the back of Graham. Let's just go on board with Declan. Oh, is he gonna? He's on the inside. Is he gonna make a move before we get to this chicane, or is he gonna back off? Oh, he's backed off. Wise decision. You can't go too wide through there. Declan putting Graham under all sorts of pressure. He has managed to get himself past though on the racing soft, so there is a bit of urgency there. He needs to get after Slowpoke before his tyres start to disappear on him. You can see he's picked up a purple section there. He's really wrestling that steering wheel. He's definitely pulling away from Graham, and you can see the back of Slowpoke. It's just a case of how quickly can he catch him. Remember, Slowpoke's on the mediums. So Graham's sitting in 3rd. We've got Smoky Tom for company in 4th. Everybody really spreading out now. We're only just coming up to 10 minutes into this race. I would say we've got about another 10 minutes before we start seeing people diving into the pits. So Smoky Tom picking up a purple sector there. Remember, he is on the hard tyres. Stealth in 5th, Seabroad still in 6th, got Big Mac catching up with him in 7th. Broad's on the mediums, tyres looking okay at the minute. I think this could be a case of coming in for fuel before the tyres go. Was that Graham? Graham putting a move on Stealth, or Stealth, but I think Stealth was challenging Graham actually. So Stealth now, we'll stick with these two. Stealth in the slipstream of Graham. As they approach the last turn, Stealth takes inside line, he can't quite get it done. He needs a good exit so he can get closer to Graham. He's got Broad coming up behind him, so Broad will take full advantage of the slipstream from both of them if he can. Now will Broad make a move? He's had a look, he's going for it. Stealth on the outside, side by side. And Broad got it done, so Stealth dropped down to 6. And he's now got the Big Mac to contend with. And it looks like the Big Mac's made a move and gone by Stealth as well. So I don't know what's happened to Stealth. Have we got a mechanical issue, or is it Is it just them damn racing hard tyres? Good move from the Big Mac. Get himself into 6. He's now going to be chasing Broad down. Let's just go on board with Graham as he takes the final turn onto the home straight. You can see we've got Broad right up his gearbox. I think he's definitely going to be making a move on him. Where is he? You can just see the nose of his car. Probably came a little bit too early there. He has got the inside line, Broad. Has he made it through? No, Graham's still fighting him. Graham on the inside line. Oh, bit of contact there between the two of them. Broad managed to get through though. That's also allowed the Big Mac to get closer to Graham. So Graham under all sorts of pressure. Still fighting with these hard tyres. Doing everything he can to hold on to that 5th position, although if the Big Mac can get a little bit closer to him and get a good exit on this turn, he can get in the slipstream, and I don't think there's a lot that Graham can do about it. Oh, it looks like Brody's picked up a half-second penalty. That'll be track limits. The good thing about this circuit is the penalty zone is actually on that back straight, and it doesn't cost you that much because of the speed these cars actually go. As we see Big Mac making a move on Graham, side by side again. Maybe the Big Mac, I think people are just going a bit too early on that straight. Oh, there's a bit of doors bashing going on there. Big Mac did well to keep it on the tarmac. He's come back at Graham now, got the inside line into the chicane. Oh dear me, the rear of that car was complaining then, wasn't it? He's got it done though. Well done Big Mac, got himself into 5th. Graham now got to put up the stealth. As I say, Graham having a proper battle. Oh, Brownie just went past stealth as stealth had stopped. So stealth having a proper battle on his hands there. I think it must be these hard tyres. He doesn't like them apparently, as I've said. So Brown on the... Oh, Graham getting a bit out of sorts there. So Brown takes full advantage. Goes into 6th. That's dropped Graham down into 7th. I'm sure he'll want to get rid of those hard tyres the same as stealth as soon as possible. Just coming up to the 16-minute mark. So yeah, Graham and stealth both had enough. They're coming into the pits to get rid of them tyres. I'm going to go back up to the top. It looks like Declan's taking that lead away from Slowpoke, although we got that chicane a little bit wrong. Slowpoke dipped up the inside, managed to nick that number 1 spot again. Remember Declan on the soft tyres, Slowpoke on mediums. Oh, Slowpoke's decided to do a bit of grass cutting as well. That's lets Declan back through. Sorry, that frog started to come back up then. A bit of slurper tea, I think. So Declan takes over at the front of this race again. Opening up a good couple of second gap to Slowpoke in 2nd, Smoky Tom 3rd. Smoky doing really well on the hard tyres to hold that 3rd position. He's just biding his time until he can get onto the mediums and the softs. Then we've got quite a gap back to Broad in fourth. He's got the Big Mac and Brown just behind him. You can see Brown trying to get in the slipstream of Big Mac. Let's go on board with Brown. Let's see if we can get a move done before we hit the chicane. Oh, we got on the grass. Oh, a bit of a nudge on the doors there. I think he's got through. He has got through. A bit of touchy-feely between the two of them. You can imagine what the Big Mac was saying then. So Brown now chasing Broad down. Brown on the soft tyres as well. Don't look too bad at the minute. We've had just over 18 minutes. So he's been looking after his tyres. Fuel just under a quarter, so he's probably got another couple of laps as Broad goes off track. Also Brown picked up a penalty as well. Going down the inside to the final turn. Gets that done, so Brown moving up into fourth position. As I say, he has got a penalty though. Broad's in the slipstream and he is coming back at him straight away. And Broad's not messing about. So now Brown is in the slipstream. Good to sit there sometimes, just save on a bit of fuel. Oh, you're moving a bit. Oh, where's he going? He's trying to fake a move there. It's obviously paid off. Doing a bit of weaving to try and confuse Broad. Oh, and he's gone off track. That's unlucky. That's unlucky, Brown. He's let Broad back through, and the Big Mac has now got right up his backside now. Not literally, obviously. Now the Big Mac got the inside line into this S-bend, and he's made it stick. Good move from the Big Mac. Brown is going to have to serve his penalty, but as I say, it doesn't cost too much on this track. It doesn't slow you down that bad. So let's just go back up to our leader, Declan. You can see the fuel lights now come on. The rear left is about 2/3 down. So we'll start to lose grip now. Slowpoke just behind him, about 1 or 2 seconds behind him. Got Smoky Tom just behind. Slowpoke still in third. So let's just see, is Declan gonna pit this time? I think he might have to. I'm not sure he can make another lap. See Brown now with the current fastest lap of 1:26.5. So as Declan takes the final turn, let's just have a look. Is he going to come into the pits and change those soft tyres and get some fuel as well? Yes, he is. So Declan into the pits. Slowpoke also into the pits. He's going to change the... He's on medium, he's going to change the medium. Smoky Tom is in the pits as well. So the top three have all pitted. In fact, it looks like the top 6 have all come in. The Big Mac is the only guy to stay out. He's going to... he's going to try his luck on the fumes. You can see the fuel light flashing. This will be interesting. We'll keep an eye on this one. I want to make sure he can make it back to the pits, although he has got quite a gap to Brown. Oh, Brown is also running on fumes as well. I think what he's done, he's come in, he's changed his tyres, but he's not put any fuel in. You can see he's got a brand new set of medium tyres on, but no fuel. So I think the Big Mac, and especially Brown, are going to be really twitching now as to whether they're going to make it back. You can see that Brown is now on empty. He's still around the one. Oh no, you can see the speed dropping, and I'm sure that's not because he's slowing down to take the corner. I think he has run out of fuel, so that'll go into do they call it limp mode? Sounds a bit rude really, doesn't it, limp mode? But anyway, so Brown, who was in third, he's just been taken. He's got Slowpoke in fourth. He's now going to go past him. Yeah, Brown has definitely run out of fuel. The Big Mac is now in the pit. You can see the fuel going into the Big Mac. He's changed his tyres. Now then, where's Big Mac going to come out? Well, that was a good start for the Big Mac. He has come out. He's rejoined just as Declan takes that number one spot away, but Big Mac is right behind him, and he is on racing softs. Declan on the mediums. So this should be an interesting battle between these two. We've got Slowpoke in third. He's on the softs. We've got Smoky Tom on the mediums. Smoky Tom putting Slowpoke under pressure. Let's just go on board with Slowpoke at the minute, and you can see Smoky Tom all over him. We've just got to hope those soft tyres give him the grip to pull away from Smoky Tom. Be a good battle between these two guys. So Smoky in fourth, Graham in fifth. He's not under any pressure. We've got Broad and Stealth in 6 and 7. Stealth now on the medium tyres. Broad's on the mediums as well. So it'll be interesting to see if Stealth can catch up. Brown has now managed to get some fuel in his car. Not a lot. He's already down to below half a tank, so I'm not sure what's happened there. So Brown not having a fantastic night of it so far. Brand new set of tyres, but only half a tank of fuel. It's obviously part of his strategy. Oh, Declan's gone off. Let's just go back and see what happened to Declan. So Declan currently in second position. He's gone round the double right-hander. Oh, he's got himself on that kitty litter, onto the grass. That spun him. That's unlucky, Declan. He was on an excellent race up to that point. That's allowed Slowpoke, Smoky Tom through. Declan now fourth. He's got Graham coming up behind him. And he's a good few seconds off the back of Smoky Tom now. Was having a good race, Declan. Graham in fifth, now on to the medium tyres, so it'll be a hard medium soft strategy for Graham. We've got Broad and Stealth, 6th and 7th. Stealth still can't quite get close enough. Looks like it's getting a bit dark now. You see the headlights are on. Quite a good crowd. Brown way off the pace. Not having a fantastic race tonight at all. He's going to have to be pitching again. I think he spent more time in the pits than he has on the track tonight. Very unlucky for Brownie. Has the current lap though, so you can't take that away from him. A 1:26.530, a very quick lap. So let's just hope when the other guys pit that Brown can catch up. So Big Mac still out in front on the racing softs. We've got Slowpoke a couple of seconds behind him, also on the softs. We've got Smoky Tom still currently in 3rd. He's not too far behind Slowpoke. So while we're all spread out and there's not a lot happening, I think what we'll do, I'm just going to wait for the Big Mac to cross the start finish line, and we'll go on board with Big Mac and see how he does a full lap. Having said that, I hope he doesn't get the commentator's curse and come off the track. I'm sure he won't. Great livery on that car as well. Do like the look of it. Let's just have a quick look. So Slowpoke, Smoky Tom, everybody very spread out. I'll just keep having a look at the top right hand map just to see if we've got anything going on. It doesn't look like we have. So as I say, what we'll do is we'll go on board with the Big Mac as he crosses the start finish line to start lap 20, and we'll see if the Big Mac can show us how it should be done. Top speed there, 194, 195. Hard on the brakes as we hit this chicane down to around about 60. Back on the power. Double right-hander. Back on the power on the exit of that one. Oh, 1 second penalty there for crossing the line there for track limits. But there we go, on board with the Big Mac, just coming across the line for a 1:26.8 and a 1 second penalty as well. That's not really going to affect him. Excuse me. We've got Slowpoke still in second. He's a good second or two behind the Big Mac, but as I said earlier, the penalty zone on this track is in an ideal place really. It doesn't lose you much time. So we're halfway through. We're just approaching 32 minutes of this race gone. Everybody's stopped at least once. Some have stopped a couple of times. We've got C Brown with the current fastest lap still, 1:26.5. Can't really see that being beaten. We've got Slowpoke desperately trying to catch up to the Big Mac. The Big Mac has got to serve his 1 second penalty, and he will be doing that very shortly. So let's just see how much time he loses. Oh, a 2 second penalty. He's loving picking up these penalties, isn't he? Now that's not allowed Slowpoke. Is he going to be able to take the spot away from him? He's gone round the outside, he has. So Slowpoke's managed to nick that spot from the Big Mac. 2 silly mistakes from the Big Mac. That's cost him. Oh, and he's decided he's had enough. Oh, his fuel. I didn't notice that. His fuel's flashing. So he must have forgot to put enough in. Seems to be happening to a couple of guys tonight. They're actually pulling into the pits, changing the tyres and forgetting to put some fuel in. So anyway, that's allowed Slowpoke to take up the lead. Got a bit of a gap now to Smoky Tom. You can just see Smoky Tom coming into the chicane. Let's just see if we can have another look and see if we can see where Smoky is. So as Slowpoke takes those right-hander, you can just see Smoky Tom's headlights in the back there. So there is a bit of a gap, but we don't want to get too comfortable. Got to try and open up a decent gap for the next stop, because I believe Slowpoke's got to go onto the hards and Smoky Tom will be going onto the softs. Currently running mediums, so we've got another few laps to go yet. So Declan in third after his spill earlier on. Graham in fourth. He's going to have to come in and get some fuel shortly as well. Tyres don't look too bad though. We've got Broad in fifth. Now then, is he in the slipstream of Graham? Stealth into the pits. I'm not sure if that'll be his final stop. I think he's already stopped once. So whether Stealth's just coming in to grab some fuel, let's just have a look. I think he may just be grabbing some fuel. Don't look like he's changing his tyres. Big Mac in seventh, and then we've got Brown in eighth. Although it does look like he's catching up, he is getting closer to the back of Stealth and Big Mac, and especially with Stealth sat in the pits. Although Brown's come into the pits now. So back up to our current leader, Slowpoke. Is he stretching away from Smoky Tom? He has got a bit of a gap. Smoky is getting closer though. It does look like he's not quite in the slipstream at the minute. He's definitely getting closer though. Everybody very spread out now, so we've got quite a gap back to Graham from Declan. It's all about keeping these cars on the tarmac. They're very, very quick cars, and it's very easy to lose control as well, especially on some of these tighter turns, the chicane especially. So that's Brown. He's definitely catching up. Still with that current fastest lap. So Stealth is now on the home straight. It did look like he was catching up. Thought Brown was catching up. Maybe that he's been lapped actually. So Slowpoke still out in front. Smoky Tom quite happy to just sit there at the minute. In second, not under any pressure. Same with Declan. No pressure at all. You can just manage your tyres and fuel. You see Graham's come into the pits. Is that going to drop him down? I don't think it will. I think he should be able to get out in fifth again, although the Big Mac now taking a turn. Sorry about that, I just had a bit of a cough then. So let's just follow the Big Mac. He's now on the home straight. Graham's still in the pit, so unfortunately Graham is going to rejoin back in sixth position. So Big Mac now in fifth. Graham drops to sixth after that stop. It looks like Stealth is on his final set of tyres, the softs. If you remember, he started on the hards. So I'm not sure he's going to make it to the end of the race on that tank of fuel, but let's we shall see. So as we go back up to our current race leader, we have Slowpoke in first at the minute. He's got Smoky Tom just behind him. Smoky Tom does look like he is getting closer. Again, fantastic livery on that car of Smoky Tom's. Not fantastic when it's really sunny and you're following it. Does look good though. Tyre wear not too bad for Smoky Tom at the minute. The Slowpoke, you can see the rear left tyre is just coming up to about halfway on the wear. But as I said earlier, I think it's going to be more stopping for fuel than it is for tyres. So it's only just over 3.5 miles long, this track, but because of the speeds, you do actually burn through the fuel quite quickly, so there's a lot of short shifting. So let's just see if we can find anything that's happening. What we've got, Brown at the back. You can just see Stealth ahead of him in the distance. Stealth all on his own. Actually taking a break from his acting career to do this racing. Although with Panto season approaching, I'm sure he'll be off doing that. I've been told that he does like to get involved in the pantomime season. Plays a very good dame, Widow Twanky, I believe. So well done Stealth for that. Putting a smile on all them kiddies' faces. Graham currently in sixth, nobody in front of him, nobody behind. Again, he can concentrate on looking after those tyres. So we've got Big Mac in fifth. As we just go up the order, Broad still in fourth. Declan has decided he's going to get another lap out of that tank. You can see the fuel light flashing. Like I've said on a couple of times, I think it's more fuel than tyres on this track. So Declan's going to have to pit at the end of this lap. You can see Broad's come in for his final stop. We've got about 20 minutes left. Just under 20 minutes left, so this will be the final stop for Declan. You see the Big Mac's come in as well. Smoky Tom, he's going to have to pit. The fuel light's on, and so is Slowpoke. So it should be everybody diving into the pits now for their final stop. So Slowpoke will go on to the hard tyres. Smoky Tom will go on to the softs, which will give him a massive advantage. So let's just have a look. Brown is still out. He's okay, he's not going to have to do any more stops. The Big Mac is out. Let's have a look where Graham is. So will Graham... I don't think he's going to take any positions away from any of the top three. Let's have a look. So Smoky Tom and Slowpoke fueling at roughly the same pace. It looks like Slowpoke's going to get out first. He is. Smoky Tom right behind him. Let's just go on board with Smoky Tom. You can just see Slowpoke just in the distance there. Probably 1.5, 2 seconds. Got nobody behind him. So Declan is a good few seconds away. So we now have Smoky Tom on the soft tyres. We've got Slowpoke on the hard tyres. Final stop's done. 15 minutes-ish of this race left. Smoky's going to have a big advantage having the soft tyres. So it's a case of waiting for the hard tyres to kick in on Slowpoke's car and the soft tyres to start dropping away on Smoky's. But if Smoky can get the move done, which it looks like he's going to, he is catching up so quickly. He's definitely going to be right on the back of Slowpoke at the end of this straight, if not in front of him. Let's just stay with Smoky Tom at the minute. You can see got nothing behind him. Can't quite get close enough at the minute, but I'm sure he's just going to sit and bide his time. As we go through the chicane. Ooh, Slowpoke just getting his wheels, just touching the kitty litter on the left. Don't forget Slowpoke on the hard tyres, so he's going to be fighting them at the minute. Takes forever to warm them up, and you see he went a little bit wide there, and that's it. Smoky Tom's in. The door's opened and Smoky stepped through it. So it'll be damage limitation now for Slowpoke, just if he can stick with Smoky Tom as best he can. Sorry, I'm going to have another coughing session. Oh, apologies for that. So, Smoky Tom now taking up the lead and pulling away. He's on the soft tyres, Slowpoke on the hard tyres. We've got to wait for them to get warmed up. There is quite a gap now back to Declan. Declan currently sitting in third. Graham diving into the pits. What for? Don't know. His tyres look okay. His fuel's okay. Perhaps he's forgotten something, I don't know. So that means Stealth is going to... Oh, he is. Stealth just takes that spot away from Graham. Maybe Graham pulled in the pits to wait for Stealth. So Graham now dropped down to 6. We've got the Big Mac, there he is. We lost him there for a second. So the Big Mac in 7th. And then there is a massive gap to Brown, who's not enjoyed himself on this track at all. He had some issues with refueling. I think he forgot to refuel at one point. So had to go round, run out of fuel. Had to crawl back to the pits. Or get out and push it, I think, at one point. But he did make it back, got some more fuel in and back out, but that cost him quite a lot. And you can see he's got Smoky Tom just behind him, who's going to be lapping him very shortly. So that's unlucky for Brown. He's a good racer, and I'm sure he'll want to make up for it next week. We are actually in Spa next week. What I'm talking about next week, we are in Spa. Another great track, another very fast track. For anybody that races it regularly, you love it or hate it. I quite like it, actually. So that's where we are next week. We're in Spa. Just after this race, I will be looking at doing the replay. We will be having a look at the League One guys to see how they got on. They are also at Monza. This race was actually postponed from last week. We had some real serious issues with the lag, so it had to be postponed. So that's why Monza's being run this week. We've got Spa next week. We've got Daytona the week after that, and then the final race of the season will be Interlagos, which should have been race 2, but again that had to be postponed. If I remember rightly, everybody got kicked out of the lobby for connection issues or something. We all got kicked out of the lobby with only about 10 minutes of the race to go, which was a shame, but these things happen. So Interlagos will now be the final race of the season. So we've got Spa, Daytona, Interlagos. So 3 more races to go of this season. If you think you can do better, or as I've said before, you just want to get involved, look us up on Facebook. It's the Ultimate Racing League. Join up, and hopefully we shall see you on track. And while I'm talking about all that, if you are enjoying some of these races, just hit that like button, and if you want to subscribe as well, that would really help me out. So back on track, Slowpoke still in 2nd, not catching Smoky Tom at all. As I say, having a bit of a fight with those racing hard tyres. Smoky on the soft, and he's pulling away quite a lot. Declan in 3rd. He is probably a good 10 seconds behind Slowpoke. Had a good qualifier, did Declan. Bit of door bashing and a few bumps and scrapes along the way, but he's done well to get himself back into 3rd. Ooh, Broad got himself having a bit of a moment there as he came out that turn. Kept it going though. So a good steady race from C Broad in 4th. Graham in 5th. Had a bit of an up and down race. He's had some good battles early on. Got himself in some tight fights, but now in 5th. Big Mac in 6th. As you see, everybody very spread out now, just concentrating on their own race, just trying to make it to the end. We've got about 9 minutes to go. Stealth in 7th, and then Brown, as I say, not enjoyed this race at all, in 8th. You can see he's just been lapped by Smoky Tom, but not by Slowpoke yet, so that's how far Smoky Tom is in front. You can see in the top right hand corner, if you look at the track map, Smoky Tom is in red, and Slowpoke is quite a way down now. We're looking at 10 plus seconds, which is probably the same distance from Slowpoke to Declan. So it looks like these are going to be our top 3 today. Everybody, as I say, finishing in the top 8. Because there's only 8 racing, but it's all good points. It's all good points. But as I say, if you do want to get involved, you can see there are spaces. There's only 3 of these rounds to go. But if you do want to come and have a go at these in these cars, then get yourself involved. They're not all the Peugeot 908. On the Wednesday races, they do mix the cars up a bit. We've done Suzuki Swift racing. That was great fun. I think they've done the like Formula 1. We've gone into these 908s. We're not quite sure what the next one will be, but whatever it is, I'm sure it'll produce some great racing. So Wednesday night league is, as I say, the cars and the format and everything changes all the time. Sundays, however, we are running the Sunday league. We've got 4 lobbies for that, and that is fantastic racing on a Sunday, so keep an eye out for that. So as I say, look us up on Facebook, Ultimate Racing League URL, join the group, and as I say, hopefully we can see you out on track. So we've just under 6 minutes to go. Smoky Tom looking very, very comfortable out in front. He's not slowing down, is he? Last 3 laps have all been a 1:26. Still can't take that fastest lap at the minute though. That honour still goes to C Brown, a 1:26.5. Smokey's got a 1:26.8. Let's just have a look. Slowpoke, what's his? I think he had his best earlier on. See the lap times are all over the place there. 1:28, 1:30, 1:29. Really struggling on those hard tyres. Declan's more steady, around the 1:28 lap times. We've got Broad around about 1:27, 28, 29s. A bit of a mixed bag there for Broad. And same with Graham. Bit of a mixed bag of lap times. Currently running the 1:27s though. Everybody very, very spread out. No, there is no battles to be watching at all, unfortunately. So we're just going to sit here and watch some cars go round a track. That's the trouble with these hour races. But what we'll do is we will fast forward it a little bit. That's going backwards, idiot. No, that's backwards, isn't it? Well, I don't know what I'm doing here, do I? So what we'll do is we will skip forward a little bit. Slowpoke still in second. Declan still in third. Broad is still in fourth. You can see on the top right hand corner, everybody very, very, very spread out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump forward a lap. We've got now a minute and a half left. I'm just going to fast forward it a little bit, so just to see if we can see anything happening. The nearest battle we've got, it looks like we've got Broad in fourth and Graham in fifth. And you can see there was quite a few seconds between those, so no battlers as Smoky Tom crosses the line. Smokey's going to get one more lap out of this. So let's just have a look, see if anybody's crossing the line as we go through. Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to find if anybody's crossing the line. So Slowpoke's got, so Declan, it's Declan that finishes in third. Good race from Declan. We've got Broad finishing in fourth, we've got Graham in fifth. So that means the Big Mac's going to bring it home in sixth. Time the fuel well, you can see the fuel light flashing, so good timing from the Big Mac. Stealth going to bring it home in seventh. And we've got Brown down in eighth. As we see Smoky Tom take the checkered flag for the win. Well done, Smoky, that was a fantastic race. Well deserved win. Got his strategy spot on. Slowpoke will bring it home in second. Needs to think about what tyres to use, in what order, if he's going to beat Smoky Tom. So there we have the race at Monza as Brown brings it home in 8th position. So that was the Monza. A little bit later on we shall bring you the League One guys, just as soon as I get that downloaded, and we can do that one. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope to see you later on. Cheers.